welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who may or may not already know, my name is Alex, aka Yellowberry.
I'm like, damn, you so fine, girl, what is your sign? She say I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a Capricorn, the beginning and end. I got a friend for your friend, hey, I'm making all of this money to spend. Deal stores buying.
Hey, I don't bite.
By today's title, you already know why you are here. We are going to talk all things postpartum essentials, okay? For any of you guys, well, ladies, who are pregnant right now, I'm going to get y'all together and let y'all know what y'all need from head to toe for after you give birth to this baby. I have another video when I speak about postpartum, and I mentioned that, you know, we're always preparing for a baby, preparing for birth, but we never really get all the things that we need to get together for after birth. And trust me, postpartum, that period is one heck of a period. So let's get straight into this video. So starting with your head, ladies, for all my natural ladies like me, please make sure that you have a hairstyle that is going to last you a mighty long time. Between preparing bottles, learning how to breastfeed, dishes, cooking if you're cooking or whatever, remembering to eat, remembering to drink your water, taking care of baby, doing laundry, your hair is the last thing that you're going to want to have to worry about. So for instance, I decided to do knotless braids for my postpartum. I did my hair 10 days before I gave birth, and I recently took out my braids 2 days ago, and then I put these faux locks in. The reason why I put my faux locks in is because, again, I am still in my postpartum period. My baby is actually a month and 3 days old, so things are still getting kind of hectic. I'm still trying to learn the ropes of things, and my hair is literally the last thing that I want to worry about. So ladies, make sure that you're getting a long wearing style, whether it's a protective style, a ponytail that you're gonna wear forever, whatever it is that you want to do, just make sure that you have a long wearing style in your head. Next thing we're going to talk about are your tatas, your breastises. So as you know, whenever you give birth, some ladies decide that they want to breastfeed, some ladies decide they want to do formula. Whichever route you go, you're still going to have to take care of your breast. So for those of you who do not know, whenever you have your baby, you're going to develop something called colostrum. Colostrum is actually milk, but it's not as liquidy as milk. It's like kind of like a more sticky, thick substance that the baby drinks in order to coat their stomach and stuff like that. And then your milk production starts to come in maybe around like day 3, 4, 5, depends on the mother. My milk came in, I believe, 3 to 4 days after giving birth to Gianna. And guys, when milk came in, I was happy, but it was not fun, okay? We gonna get into that. So first things first, what you'll be needing are nursing bras. I actually have 3 different kind of nursing bras, however I'm going to show you one. So this nursing bra is pretty much like a sports bra kind of situation going on, and then I'm able to clip down the boob part so that I can breastfeed my baby or pump or whatever I need to do. This is actually not my favorite nursing bra. I'm going to insert a picture of my favorite nursing bra. My favorite nursing bra is the sleeping bra. And as you can see, it has like a cross in the front. I'm able to just pull it down in the front and nurse my baby, pump, or whatever I need to do. I would also highly recommend that you purchase a pumping bra if you do decide to pump. This is what a pumping bra looks like. I don't have an actual picture of the actual bra with me right now. So this is a pumping bra. It gives you the liberty to basically pump without having to hold both of the bottles to your nipples as the machine pumps for you. I don't really like this bra for the fact that I don't pump using my electrical pump. I'd much rather use my hand pump. So let me show you my hand pump. When my milk production came in, guys, this Medela hand pump saved my life, okay? And I still use it till this day to pump my milk. I do not use my electrical pump whatsoever. To each their own. Some people rather the electrical pump, but I rather this one. When your milk production comes in, you may become engorged, so they highly recommend that you hand express or use a hand pump, or if you do use your electric pump, that you use it on a very low setting because you do not want to damage the tissues and stuff inside of your breast. So you're gonna need a hand pump. I did not know how to hand express, so this bad boy held your girl down. Along with that, there's also a pump. Well, it's not really a pump, it's called a hacker, and it basically just catches the milk from your tatas. It has a very low stimulation because once you clamp it down and stick it to your breast, you can feel it actually drawing out the milk. I actually like this pump as well. It's not as fast as this one, but you can use either or to each their own. So once you pump your milk out, you also want to store them in some breast milk bags. I got these Medela Mouse breast milk bags. It came with 100 in a pack. My girl Layla bought them for me. Thanks again, Layla. Bye. On the breast milk bag, it goes up to about 6 ounces. You're also able to put your name, the date, and how much that you pumped. I also have to put the time because there is a difference between night milk and day milk. So yes, and also another video, we'll get into that. While we're on the topic of milk coming in and being engorged and just sweating and feeling sick, I actually did get a little sick when my milk first started to produce. My breast became very engorged, which is why again I said I had to pump it out with the hand pump, and I actually had to take Tylenol, guys. So I do recommend you guys to put Tylenol in your postpartum kit. I did develop a little fever of, I believe, 100.4 fever, and my breasts were hurting. I just wasn't feeling the best. So I did take a Tylenol, and it's so funny because I had an all-natural birth. I didn't take any medication, but my boobs got engorged, and I will be here popping Tylenol, which I don't ever take anything, guys. But the Tylenol did help bring down the fever. It did help me, you know, get back to normal again. I was sweating as well. But yeah, it's not as scary as it sounds. Another thing I also want to mention for the breast department is to invest in nipple pads, okay? Nursing pads. These things, I am still wearing them, and I have given birth to my baby girl a month and 3 days ago, okay? These things will hold you up. My breasts are still leaking for some reason. If they get stimulated, whenever I'm feeding on one breast, the other breast leaks. So I'm constantly always wearing my nursing pads. I don't go anywhere without them. And just a little funny story. Last week I decided to be cute because I didn't have the baby with me, and I'm like, you know what, I'm about to go to CVS. I went and I was talking to the CVS clerk trying to get my medication, and my breast started leaking straight through my dress. And the guy, it was a guy on top of that, he had to run in the back of like where the pharmacist sit and get me some tissue. I'm like, you know, first time mom things. I wasn't upset about it, but if you will be embarrassed about things like this, make sure that you bring these with you everywhere. These are the disposable ones. They actually have ones that you can wash, but honestly, once they get filled with milk, I just throw it away, get a new pack. These are the Lanolin brand. They come with 100 in them. Let me show you what they actually look like. Pull one out. So this is basically just what it looks like. So cotton pad, kind of resembles like a panty liner, but a little bit more thicker. And last but not least, for the breast department, I also would like to highly recommend a nipple cream. The nipple cream I used was the Lanolin cream. I just rubbed it around my nipples because my nipples were in pain the first week of breastfeeding, because again, I never had anybody sit there and suck on my breast what felt like 24/7. My breast had to get used to that, used to the tugging and the pulling and the sucking and the saliva and just being wet. And honestly, I used this for 1 week and I am done with it. I don't use it at all. I mean, sometimes I'll use it just to give my nipples a little bit of TLC, but I don't need it at all. Oh, before I move on to what we're gonna need for our stomach, you're also gonna need this ice bag, the spa bag for your breast when you do become engorged. Again, when I became engorged, my boobs hurt, so when you put either something cold or a hot compression on it, it makes it feel better. I did put hot water inside of this to help with the milk flow, so that when I pump, it can feel a little bit better. But anyway, so we said everything that we're gonna need for our head and our breast. Let's move on down to the stomach, okay? Can I show off for a second? All right, your girl is, again, a month and 3 days postpartum. So this is me sucking in, out. Okay, I feel like my snapback is doing really well. So the first thing that you will be needing is a band for your stomach. It sounds very, what's the word, vain, but it actually has some very scientific benefits behind it. So whenever you wear a postpartum wrap, it helps to bind back your abdominal muscles directly in the first weeks after you give birth, when those muscles are at their weakest. They can also provide light compression to help your uterus shrink back, although that will happen naturally anyway. So I can say I did not wear the band every day. I probably wore the band maybe about a total of 6 times within this last month. But again, like this explanation said, it helps to bind back all those organs from moving all kinds of directions when the baby was inside. It also helps to bring back your uterus. So I would highly recommend wearing a band, especially if you're worried about snap it back. Another thing that I am still doing, because you can actually still get stretch marks even after the baby. You can get stretch marks when your skin starts to bind back. I am still heavily using my Nivea lotion. I highly recommend using this lotion because it is very rich. I just read enriched. It is very thick and oily in my opinion, so I feel like it really penetrates the skin. As well as I use this jasmine oil, which smells really good. I'm not really too sure of the benefits of using jasmine oil. However, this one does say it's a hydrating oil, so I definitely want to hydrate the belly. And vitamin E oil. But you can use whatever oils that you want to use, but these are just my preference. And I also use jojoba oil, which I actually do not have here right now with me. So for me, that'll be it for the stomach. Those are the only things that I do for my stomach besides eat as well. Now we gonna get into the most anticipated part, which is the vagina. Guys, honestly, like after giving birth, I did not ever think about what really goes down and the feeling and everything what happens. You know, I just thought you push out the baby, you go home, you might feel a little tenderness, but you know, no guys, it is a bloody mess down there afterward, okay? So one thing that I would highly recommend for you guys is to invest in either a toiletry bag, an empty shoe box, and you're gonna fill it up with a whole bunch of things that I'm about to get into right now. So when I left the birthing center, I had put on a Depends. This was my best friend. So basically, this is a disposable underwear. It kind of has like a built-in pad inside of it. Older women tend to wear this because, you know, they laugh and they pee on themselves. Sometimes they just pee on themselves because they pee on themselves. But whatever. I'm sure there's multiple uses for this. I used it because I like the freedom of just knowing, you know, if I bleed out or if I bleed a little too heavy, too much, I'm not messing up like my underwear, not deal with my underwear, wash my underwear. I just rip this down the side, throw it away, put on a new one. So I was basically in a Depend from the day that I left the birthing center until the following day. The following day, I then transferred into these disposable underwear. Everything that I'm discussing today will be linked inside of my Amazon store. You guys can take a look at my Amazon store, which is down below in the description box, and it's under the Postpartum Essentials kit. So yeah, I would go into these disposable underwear. Now y'all, again, I like the liberty of knowing that when I'm bleeding, if I'm laying down, because you know you're on bed rest after you give birth, I don't want to be bleeding in my butt area next to all of my stuff. So I can just have the liberty to take this off and throw it away, and might I add, these things are mighty comfortable. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of what we put inside of these things. So for the first day, as I told you guys, I was wearing the Depends, and then the second day, going to maybe day 5 or so, I had these on. So what I placed in both of these was this Perennial pack, which is basically an ice pack pad. It is literally a pad with an ice pack in it, and Lord Jesus, it makes your vagina feel like it is sitting on the clouds of heaven, okay? So what you would do is crack this, twist it, or case may be, shake it up, and then it gets cool. You'll place this cold pad into either the Depend or inside of your disposable underwear. I also kind of started to like the disposable underwear a little bit more because it was lighter. As you can see, this is way thick in comparison to disposable underwear, so whatever. You'll put that inside of there, like so. Next, what I used were these peroxide pads. They're literally just little pads soaked in peroxide. So what these help with is like bacteria and all that stuff. You are going to be bleeding a lot. Got cut down there, or if the baby split you coming out, these help with kind of, you know, cleaning that area up, making it sanitary. So I'll put about 3 of these pads inside of the underwear on top of the pad. Boop, 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 like so. But we're not done yet, okay? Then I got this DERMOPLAST spray. Again, guys, everything is going to be listed on Amazon. I do also know that when you leave the hospital, they give you these things. Well, I know a lot of hospitals give you these things, but if they don't, or if you're getting birth at a birthing center, as I did, you can purchase all of these hospital goods right up on Amazon, okay? So I would spray this on top of everything and pull up my pants. Now, the perks of using this pain and itch spray is that it just kind of relieves everything down there. If you're having any pain, any itching, it just kind of, I don't want to say numbs the area, but it kind of just, you know, makes it feel way, way, way better. So now after day 3, I know I said 5 days, but like after about day 3, my bleeding started to get extremely lighter. So then that's when I switched to these granny panties. For those of you who watched my Postpartum Essentials video, I believe that's the video. whatever. I'll link the video up here. I did say that I have bought a bunch of postpartum panties just because, again, I don't want to mess up any of my good panties and have blood stained all over them. If these get messed up, they're dark, I can just either wash it out or throw it away. So I transferred into some nice cotton panties, and then I started wearing a pad. And then as my flow became even more lighter, I transferred from a pad to a panty liner. And as that got lighter, I ain't wearing nothing, okay? So my bleeding did last for about 2 weeks. So I was bleeding for 2 weeks, and by the end of week 2, starting week 3, I was just in regular panties with nothing, no blood coming out. Last thing I want to highly recommend to you guys for your vagina is to invest in a PERI bottle. Again, hospitals give you a PERI bottle. It does not look exactly like this one. I purchased this one online. It is the Frida PERI bottle. So what you would do is unscrew it, put some water in there. I know some moms like to put like peroxide or some kind of concoctions that they like to make in here with some water. And what you do is whenever you are using the bathroom, anytime you're changing your stuff, you will squirt your poom poom with this. This thing also feels like you are sitting on the clouds of heaven. Like, it makes you feel like you are using a bidet. I've never used a bidet before, but I can only imagine that it feels like this. So just kind of cleans you up a bit. Being realistic, you're not going to shower every single time that you have to change your pad. So this is kind of like an in-between shower for your vagina. You know, it doesn't really get everything, but it gets, you know, a lot of things to wash out the blood and just make you feel fresh again. Again, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but I did not tear my little baby girl. She held her mama down. I did not tear anything like that, so I didn't use like anything extra. I'm not sure if there are things that you'll have to use that are extra for if you tear and stuff like that, but for the most part, even if you do tear, you can use everything that I did recommend here. And one thing that I did not know after you give birth, especially if you give birth naturally through a vagina, your butt might hurt. Like, I pushed so hard. You guys could view the video right up here. This is my labor and delivery vlog. I pushed so hard that it literally felt like my butt was coming out of my butt. So for about a week, it was very hard for me to walk. It was very hard for me to sit down for too long because my ass felt like it was coming out of my ass. Like, it's such an indescribable feeling. So I did purchase an egg cushion so that I was able to sit down with it, take it to the car. If I'm sitting down watching movies in the living room, I'll be able to sit on the couch with it. That is also inside of my Amazon store. Make sure you guys check it out. And lastly, just overall for your body, I would make sure that you guys get a robe. A robe will be your best friend just to lounge in. It's easy to pop your boob out if you're breastfeeding, and robes are just super comfortable. I actually got 2 because if one gets a little dirty with milk, you know, spewing out of it, or the baby spits up on me, I just pop on another one, wash that one. And support, like, that support should have been the first thing. Like, I just definitely want to make sure that you guys have a support team, whether it's your mom, grandma, great-grandma, grandfather, uncle, sister, cousin, neighbor, if you trust them enough. Support is very crucial during this time. I cannot explain to you guys how much support is very crucial. Yes, you are the caretaker of your child, you are the main person, but it does feel good sometimes, like, listen, I need a nap, can you please watch her for an hour, or watch him for an hour. But yeah, so this will basically just tie up everything that you'll be needing from head to toe for your postpartum period. I am still in my postpartum period. I am only a month postpartum. I know your postpartum kind of lasts about the 4th trimester, which is 3 months after you give birth, which means when your baby's 3 months. And yeah, all this stuff held me down the first 2-3 weeks, and I hope it does the same thing for you. I just want to thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, please make sure that you do not hesitate. You ask me down in the comment section below or in my Instagram DMs. For those of you who do not have me on Instagram, make sure you add me. That is at YELLOOBERRY. It's also down in the description box. But I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!